It's already week 10 of Supreme's Fall/Winter 21 season. I can't believe it. This week is going to feature a collaboration between Supreme and Timberland. Hey Supreme, the 90s called. They want their... never mind, they don't want any of this back. I feel like I'm chosen. I'm covered in gold. Welcome back, friends, to another edition of Fauntleroy's Finest, and today we're going to take a look at Supreme's Week 10 from the Fall/Winter 21 season. Woo! This week we have an amazing Timberland collaboration. It's a collaboration. Yes, there is a Timberland collaboration. No, that company didn't go out of business yet. Now, this Timberland collaboration will have some decent clothing items, and honestly, if you want these for personal, I think you're going to really like them a lot. Okay. However, in the past, Supreme Timberland collaborations don't really do that well as far as reselling goes. The Supreme Timberland collaboration consists of 7 items that we know of so far. The Supreme Timberland hooded sweatshirt, the Supreme Timberland reversible ripstop jacket, the Supreme Timberland rugby shirt, the Supreme Timberland reversible ripstop pant, the Supreme Timberland 6-panel, the Supreme Timberland radar beanie, and the Supreme Timberland 2-in-1 ear flap camp cap. I don't expect a ton for this week, but I do have a top 5, so let's jump right into it. So for my number 5 items, I'm gonna go with the 2 lady pink items this week. One of those is this deck set. The last time they sold a deck set that combined to make one graphic, they sold them together. So it's possible that this deck is going to be sold as a set. So it could be 60 times 3. If that's the case, I can get behind it a little bit. I don't know if there's gonna be like resell. There's so many decks, and this one doesn't actually have Supreme on it that much. So you're gonna have to look at this one more as a collective artwork piece than a single deck. If you do have a chance to grab all 3 decks in one purchase, it might be worth it down the road, but I wouldn't buy these decks kind of individually one-offs if you're not allowed to get the whole set at the same time. And then the next item I actually think is a decent little item is this little tray. The price point on the tray right now is listed at $48. If there was more stuff to buy this week and you could throw it into a cart, I would say go for it. Basically, if you're buying other things, I think that this is a neat little tray. I do think that this is a really cool graphic. I don't think there's going to be a ton of resell in these items, so that's kind of why I put them at number 5. Holy moly. For my number 4 pick this week, I'm going to go with the Supreme Swiss Advanced Pocket Knife. It's only about like 4 inches long, but this thing has almost everything that you would need.
That's what she said.
It has a bottle opener, a wire stripper, a fish scaler. It has a fork, man. It has everything you could ever need. At $54 though, it might be a little bit of a hefty price point, but it's still a decent accessory, it's a usable accessory, and it's not that expensive as far as Supreme accessories go.
Bitchin'.
Alright, the cavalcade of bricks continues. My number 3 items this week are going to be the hats. You know it's an exciting week when hats make it to number 3. Oh, God! I'm actually going to pick out these 4 hats specifically. So first off, the established 1994 6-panel. All I need to say about this one is buy the black one, you should be okay. I think any of the ones with the red box logo would be above the others. The black hat might be the only one that would actually be able to resell down the road at some point. And then next, the only Timberland hat that I liked out of this whole collaboration was also the 6-panel Timberland. I think the only hat that you want to target from this group is going to be the black one. Otherwise, that white one actually is okay with the two-tone that it does. It totally looks like a hat that your dad would wear playing golf. But I do think that the black one looks good, and I am a fan of the little patch for this collaboration, so I think that that hat does have some potential down the road. And I also do think that this lady pink trucker hat is something to take a look at. Specifically the pink one and the black one in this. They just don't make that many trucker hats, and they tend to do really, really well if you grab the right one. Now, the ones in the past that have done well usually have nice embroidery or a patch on them to make them worth something, so this one doesn't have that. It looks like it's just a printed graphic on a trucker hat. But if it's between buying this hat and paying for shipping, I would just buy one of these hats. And then last but not least, as far as hats go, I think that this crochet beanie might be something interesting to take a look at. The pink color looks a little bit better than the others, but then obviously black is obviously the most wearable in those. So again, if it was between buying this and paying for shipping, I would grab one of these pink ones and just call it a day. Any of these hats would be great to add into a cart if you were buying anything else. So for my number 2 item, I am going to bring back the Supreme Timberland collaboration, and I'm going to go with all 3 of the tops.
Stop it.
That's right, you've heard it here first, folks. The Supreme Timberland hooded sweatshirt, the Supreme Timberland reversible ripstop jacket, and the Supreme Timberland rugby shirt. So first off, the Supreme Timberland hooded sweatshirt. I do think this is a really nice hooded sweatshirt. I like that it has that small little tag on the pocket, and I like that it has the patch on the side, and I like the big hit on the back. I just wish that it wasn't $168. I wish it was going to be a little bit cheaper. I don't believe that the Timberland hoodies are as expensive as Supreme ones. I'm not going to waste the time to look because I don't even give a shit. And there's far more Timberland branding on this than Supreme. You wouldn't know it's a Supreme Timberland collaboration until you got really close and you saw Supreme in the patch. Honestly, I think the only colorways worth targeting are the black, the purple, burgundy one, and potentially that natural one. I would just target those in XLs. Obviously, black is always the best. The purple one is a really nice colorway though, so I would say black, purple are right up together, and then maybe the natural as a third option. But the other colors, I would just leave those alone. Then we have the Supreme Timberland reversible ripstop jacket. Now, I actually like the outside of this jacket. It has that nice utility pocket, and it's a very clean jacket. But then when you reverse it, those footprints are maybe too much for me. It doesn't look very good, to be honest, so I don't think I would ever actually reverse this jacket. I like the front side so much that I do think this is a decent jacket to pick up. I would focus on a black XL in this one because I think it's the most wearable reversible side as well as front side. And then finally we have this Supreme Timberland rugby top. I don't remember the last rugby shirt collaboration that they've done. Again, I don't want to look it up because this week isn't worth it. Does the fact that I won't look up old Supreme rugby shirts make me evil? I really think the rugby shirt is a cool shirt. I don't think it's going to resell or anything. I just wanted to put it out here to let you know. If I grab something, I might grab one of these for the personal. If you wanted to probably do anything for resale from these items, it would definitely be the black XL hooded sweatshirt or the ripstop jacket. And now for my number one item of the week. I'm honestly just putting this here because I think it is the coolest item of the week. The Lafayette reflective down jacket. I've got a pretty good feeling they're not going to make a ton of these jackets, and the XL variation of these are going to do really well. There are two colorways of this jacket, but my personal preference is the one that kind of looks more like a real picture instead of like the blue tinted one. This is an old picture from outside of the original Supreme store. A bunch of skaters were hanging out, sitting there. I'm sure there was a meeting or something. I know there's a real backstory to it. Again, I don't care about this week. I'm not even gonna Google that shit. Boom! That's how much effort I'm putting into this week. 0.0, the same amount of effort that Supreme put. But either way, this is a shot from an iconic Supreme moment in real life, not just some bullshit that they put on a t-shirt. This is a real life picture from the olden days of Supreme. So the OG Supreme heads are gonna like this graphic a lot. I think that stuff like this does better over time than it does right away. And the price point on this jacket is pretty high. So would I recommend my average viewer to buy this jacket? Probably not. But it is no doubt the coolest item of the week, and that's why it's my number one item.
Can't get much better than this.
Honestly, I'm not lying to you here, guys. That might have been the hardest week that I've ever had to put a top 5 in. I don't really have any other items to talk about this week. I mean, they are releasing this Mitchell & Ness jacket. That's going to be extremely expensive. I don't really like them, though, because, like, the yellow one is got too much going on, and the black one's not got enough going on. So I would stay away from these unless you just really have to have this Mitchell & Ness jacket to wear. And then they are releasing this other hoodie. It's called the Ecstasy hoodie. I actually just wish this was on a t-shirt. I don't know why they decided to make another hoodie with some silly design like this. It should have been a t-shirt. Alright guys, now the Duraflame Log is on a few lists for this week, so it's possible that the Duraflame Log is released as well. But if it does release this week, I would lump it in with the knife around a number 4 type of an item, a great item to save on shipping if you have the ability to do it. Somehow I've managed to get through this brick of a list. I don't think that I'm going to do a live cop tomorrow. There's nothing that I really want. I want to save the money for the dunks that hopefully will still come out.
That's pretty good.
All that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope that you guys are able to get anything that your little hearts desire from this week's drop. Thanks again for joining me, folks, in this journey into Brickland. Hopefully we have better things to talk about next week. Who knows? Only Supreme. But one thing I do know is that I will see you next video.
In the Guinness, what do you mean in my finish? I'm just getting started. Put you on the sideline like Vince Lombardi.